What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for the UEFA Europa League on Thursday, March 14th. Well, guys, it's the second leg of the round of 16 in the Europa League. The second legs, like I said, we have some interesting games, some interesting results from the first leg, and I think it's gonna be another exciting day. At the end of this video, you will also get a parlay of the day that I've put together from the Europa League and the Conference League games. It's a four-leg parlay that pays out at plus 269. So stay tuned until the end, guys. Get your free picks, get your parlay of the day, and let's win some money together on Thursday. For my best bets, click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And of course, if you like to bet on multiple sports, you can get your favorite two cappers option up on the Pick Dawgz website, where, for example, you can combine me with soccer picks and someone who does either NHL or NBA or maybe college basketball or whatever, and you can combine us together and get both of our picks for the day. Or even 3 days. I think that's an option as well. Uh, like I said, guys, 8 games on the schedule. So let's get this show on the road. Rangers is hosting Benfica in Scotland in the first matchup that we have in the video, and obviously the first leg was quite exciting. It ended in a 2-2 draw, and of the 3 games that these two teams played, all three ended in a draw. All three ended with both teams to score an over 2.5. And as a matter of fact, all three of those games ended with both teams to score and over 3.5. So 3-3, 2-2, and 2-2. Uh, as you might have guessed, goals are probably the way to go in this one. Both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 111. That's gonna be my pick for this one, and I won't even regret if we end up losing this one. But I don't think we will, to be honest. I'm gonna go with the full unit on this one. It's gonna be a fun and exciting game in Scotland. Slavia Prague is hosting Milan, and they are coming off of a 4-2 loss in the first leg, but they got back on the winning track in the Czech League by beating Teplice 4-0 at home. This will certainly be a huge confidence boost for them against Milan here. But unfortunately for them, Milan is now on a 3-game winning streak, and once they go on a streak like that, they are very hard to stop. And they kept a clean sheet against Empoli this past weekend in Serie A, which is definitely going to be huge for them. And on top of that, Slavia will be without a couple of players because they got a couple of red cards in that game in the first leg last week. So I'm definitely leaning towards Milan in this one, but it's not going to be as easy as we might think. And I think that Slavia will get on the scoreboard in this one. So once again, I'm going to go with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at minus 111. Villarreal and Marseille is another matchup, and I gotta say, something spectacular would have to happen here for Villarreal to advance. They got slapped around in the first leg 4-0 by Marseille on the road. I get it, you were playing on the road. It's a hard thing to get a positive result when playing on the road against a team like Marseille, who are on such a roll right now. But to lose 4-0 without doing much in that game, that's quite bad, I gotta say. Like I said, it would take something spectacular from Villarreal to catch up to Marseille and to advance to the next stage. But the more they attack, and they have to attack, the more open they will be. So Marseille will definitely know how to take advantage of that. And with all that in mind, guys, I think we're going to see plenty of offense in this one. And because of that, I'm going to take over 9.5 corners at minus 114. West Ham is hosting Freiburg in another matchup in the Europa League, and West Ham ended up losing in the first like 1-0. I believe it was a late goal that Freiburg scored. But at home, so far this season, West Ham has been very solid, and they're coming off of a 2-2 draw against Burnley, which was quite a bit disappointing. But overall, they're still a high quality team, and I think that they definitely have the quality to turn this game around and get a win by a goal at least to force the overtime, if not more, to advance straight to the quarterfinals. Freiburg on the other side is coming off of another win against Bochum in German Bundesliga, and I think that they will not simply roll over in this game to West Ham and let them score a goal. Even if they do, Freiburg hasn't won any of their last 6 games on their own, and that potentially is a problem. Uh, Freiburg has. Oh, this seems a bit weird because they did just win a game on the road against Bochum, so I don't know what this statement is here, but I do apologize for that. Like I said, I think that Freiburg is good enough to even score here against West Ham, and since West Ham has to attack, I think that Freiburg will get enough chances on the counter attacks to get on the scoreboard. So I'm gonna go with both teams to score at -122 in our next matchup, and we are moving on to the 4 p.m. Eastern time slot. We have Atalanta hosting Sporting Lisbon. And you know what? Atalanta is now without a win in their last 5 games. They're coming off of a draw against Juventus 2-2. And every single game they played against Sporting Lisbon in the past ended with both teams scoring. And one of those went over 2.5 as well. So with the first leg ending in a 1-1 draw, I'm gonna go with another both teams to score, and it's -161. It's actually perfect for a double, in my opinion. It's a bit juiced to play as a single, but I wouldn't blame you to take over 2.5 in both teams to score. As usual, I'm a bit more cautious here in this game as well. So, Atalanta versus Sporting, both teams to score. Leverkusen is hosting Qarabag after a 2-2 draw in the first leg, where Leverkusen was actually losing 2-0. They got a late goal, like 94th minute, to tie a game to 2-2, and they are still undefeated since the Xabi Alonso took over this team. Qarabağ on the other side is undefeated in their last 5 games as well. They're playing well, they're scoring goals, but this is going to be a very much different story than the first leg was. Leverkusen at home is actually on a 4 game winning streak right now, during which they've scored at least 2 goals in each of those home games so far. And as we can see, they're pretty heavy favorites at -526. I think this is going to be, well, maybe not pretty one-sided game. I think that Karabakh will try to get on the scoreboard, try to create a few chances, and I think they will succeed. But I think that Leverkusen will have the majority of the possession. I think that they will dictate the pace of the game, and as usual, they will be creative. They will torture their opponents with a bunch of passes, quick-paced game, and I think that they will get to the scoreboard quite early in the first half. So I'm going to take Leverkusen -1 in the first half at +115. I honestly think that the least we're going to get out of this pick is going to be the push, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-0 lead by 40th minute for Leverkusen in this game. So Leverkusen -1 in the first half at +115. Brighton and Roma are facing off in the second leg of this matchup in the Europa League, and Brighton was also one of those teams who got slapped around in the first leg. Roma has beaten them 4-0 at home, and that is a big advantage for Roma. And I know that Brighton is definitely capable of scoring goals. They have been doing it quite well, but defensively they are a mess. And when playing at home, they haven't been all there so far this season. They barely scored 1 goal against Nottingham Forest to get a 1-0 win, while Roma on the other side has been scoring a lot of goals lately. They have scored uh, 11, 13 goals in their last 4 games. They have scored 17 goals in their last 5 games, 20 goals in their last 6 games. So, in each of their last 6 games, Roma has scored at least a couple of goals. Now, it's very hard to imagine that Brighton can keep a clean sheet, especially because they have to attack, they have to get on the scoreboard early if they want to have a chance in this game. And that will leave them wide open for Roma. And we know, like I said, they have been scoring a lot of goals. So both teams to score at -161. And I will probably take this one. And I will take the other both teams to score that we have, Atalanta and Sporting, and put it in a nice double to get nice plus money out of this 2 picks that we have in the Europa League. And the last pick before we move on to the parlay is between Liverpool and Sparta Prague. Liverpool pretty much got the job done in the first leg, 5-1 on the road against Sparta Prague. And after that, they got a 1-1 draw against Manchester City. There was a lot of controversy for that game, whether that was the penalty in the end. Was it not a penalty? Should have Liverpool got penalty? I personally think that we've seen a lot softer and worse penalties given to some teams in whatever league you want to talk about. And honestly, if this was outside the box, not only this is a foul, this is a yellow card. So I don't think that the referee would be wrong to have given the penalty to Liverpool, but hey, he did not, and there's nothing we can do about it now. Sparta Prague lost another game after that Liverpool matchup. They lost to Pilsen in the Czech League 4-0 on the road, and now you have to go to face Liverpool, who will probably, let's be honest, have another mixed lineup here because they're playing against Manchester United in the FA Cup this upcoming weekend. But whoever ends up playing will be dangerous and eager to prove themselves to Jurgen Klopp. And with all that in mind, guys, I'm gonna avoid goals. I'm gonna take over 9.5 corners at minus 143. I think it's gonna be a fairly open game, and I think that both teams will go for it. And with that in mind, I think we're gonna see some corners in this one. And now we are up to the parlay of the day, guys. Like I said, four-legger. Rangers versus Benfica, both teams to score. Atalanta versus Sporting, both teams to score. Fenerbahce and Union Saint-Gilloise over 1.5 goals. And Fiorentina versus Maccabi Haifa over 1.5 goals. The bottom two games are from the Conference League, so I decided to combine the two, get two games from each competition and put it in a nice parlay. And this one pays out at plus 269, like I said, guys. That's it. Thank you for joining me here. There's a separate video with the Conference League picks, so check it out, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. We do appreciate it a lot. And of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos. Have a great day, guys. Good luck with all of your bets, and I'll see you soon in more free picks.